ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb, you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser, or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app has an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, tap and swipe to reveal the menu, and please follow the instructions. Some people have done that, and we have some pictures to share with you, starting off with this picture from Summit Junction in Asaba, the Delta State capital, showing the state of the road. Eyewitness reporter frowns on the trouble commuters in the area go through, and he's calling on the state government to intervene. And next is this image from Nimbe in Bayelsa State, showing community members on a protest. Eyewitness reports that people are asking for better power and water supply, amongst other things. Still on protest are these photos of the Maritime Workers Union protesting non-payment of entitlement and benefits at the union office in Oshodi, here in Lagos. Eyewitness reporter says they're calling on the authorities to do something pretty soon. For your pictures that you sent, thanks a lot. Send us some more when you can. Now, a 7-man committee has been set up by the Chief of Air Staff to investigate alleged bombing of civilians in Dumburum village in the state. The leader of the team, Air Vice Marshal Idi Lubo, told journalists on arrival at the Musa Yar'Adua airport in neighboring Katsina state that their mission is to uncover the truth surrounding the allegations. He says the committee will also meet with stakeholders in Zamfara state, including the governor and some council chiefs in the state. Air Vice Marshal Lubo adds that the committee is to submit its report to the Chief of Air Staff on Thursday, April the 25th.
To check into the alleged bombing of a place. If there was such an incident, the board will uncover it. So whatever is going on the pages of newspapers, we are here to bring peace to the land. That is the most important duty that we must get across to our people. No soldier wants to kill anyone that is innocent. I would rather have a crook or criminal go scot-free than for me to kill one innocent civilian. I'm a trained pilot and a soldier.
Staying with security matters, the president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Olashukbo Ayokunle, has asked the federal and state governments to be more proactive in the protection of lives and property of citizens. The CAN leader, who has been touring some troubled states in the northeast, called on President Buhari to ensure killer herdsmen are apprehended and punished. And while in Adamawa and Taraba, he sympathized with the Christian community and the state government over recent attacks that led to loss of lives and property in the states.
The national president of the Christian Association of Nigeria in Yola, the Adamawa state capital, with other officials, gathered here at the St. Teresa Cathedral are leaders of the Christian community in Adamawa state. Reverend Ayokunle, in his address, describes Nigeria as a land that has suddenly become a land of violent, wanton and senseless killings almost on a daily basis. But he assures the people that God will protect everyone. He thereafter presents to the gathering Mr. Nathan Sharibu, father of the abducted Dapchi school girl, Leah Sharibu.
They committed no crime by sending their daughter to school. All of us will still pray here today that government will work harder than they have been working. Put everything they have within them into the rescue.
He asked the church to continue in prayers for Leah. The high point of the event is a symbolic presentation of food items to victims of the recent herdsmen attacks on Daso community in Numan local government area. In the midst of all that, the father of Leah Sharibu, Nathan Sharibu, tells journalists that the government's promise to secure the release of his daughter has not been fulfilled. He speaks further.
I'm disappointed in the federal government actually, because the president himself has called my wife several times and promising her that he is doing his possible best to see that my daughter has been released. He sent some ministers to my house to encourage us and to ensure us that our daughter will be coming back very soon, but up to now I did not see anything.
A few days ago, the Bring Back Our Girls group held a 5-year anniversary of the abduction of the Chibok schoolgirls, where they described the long stay of these girls in the hands of their abductors as unacceptable. The CAN president makes a fresh case for state police and appeals to President Muhammadu Buhari to bring the suspected killer herdsmen to book. The CAN president also visited Taraba State, which has faced a series of crises as well. He came to sympathize with the leadership of the government and the people of the state.
We want to also encourage you and let you know that many people know what you are passing through and they are praying for you.
We know with your prayers, this land will witness peace.
He assured the state government of Khan's unwavering support and prayers. At the CAN Secretariat in Jalingo, he met with other clergymen and the IDPs. He appealed to the federal government not to play politics with insecurity and show more concern to the plight of the victims of crisis. The CAN president, Olashopo Ayokunle, says the time is right for each state to have its security outfit for prompt response to crisis situation and avoid overstretching the federal government. He appealed to the different tribes living in the different states that have been faced with crisis to sheath their swords and seek for peace, without which no community or state can grow.
From security to infrastructure, and still following up on the video on social media showing a weak portion on one of the expansion joints on the 3rd Mainland Bridge, Channels Television has also visited that portion of the bridge, needing urgent attention. Our correspondent Loretta Chogo reports.
The portion of the 3rd Mainland Bridge, and this particular expansion joint has already begun to sever. So it's causing a lot of shaking and vibration on this part of the bridge. We do understand the Federal Ministry of Works has said that there is no cause for alarm. Perhaps there is need for an urgent attention on this part of the bridge.
A close shot from the camera reveals the imminent danger on the joints. The more the vehicular movement on the bridge, the scarier it becomes. In August 2018, the Federal Ministry of Works, Power and Housing carried out tests on the expansion joints and concluded that repair works would be carried out, but no stipulated time yet. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
Well, let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Ibrahim Adra. Ibrahim.
Hello, Ijoma. Good evening, everyone. The leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress has commended President Muhammadu Buhari's decision to sign the new 30,000 naira minimum wage bill into law. The Labour Union is, however, demanding the immediate implementation of the law, given that the process has dragged on for nearly 2 years. The NLC is also asking employers, particularly the federal and state governments, to commence immediate negotiations with the appropriate unions on the impact of the new law on the wage structure, with a view to implementing it on time. President Muhammadu Buhari appended his signature to the 30,000 naira minimum wage for Nigerian workers on Thursday. The president is querying the 56 million litres a day the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency says Nigeria is now consuming in 24 hours. The Minister of State for Petroleum, Ibe Kachukwu, admits the consumption figures have spiked since 2016, when they were at 35 million litres, and says a quiet audit has been instituted. He, however, says he is checking them with science, as the Department for Petroleum Resources has only recently installed trackers. He was speaking exclusively on Channels TV's Hard Copy.
Those numbers have spiked. Now, can I challenge those numbers? Yes, I'm questioning them. And I'm questioning them through science. We've just gotten DPR to install trackers that are able to track every product coming to the for the first time. So maybe in a matter of 1 or 2 months, we'll be able to say for certainty really what do we consume. What we've done is basically institute a quiet audit to look at those numbers, find out where we're going up. Because yesterday that's troubling for you, as they're troubling for me, as they're troubling for the president. Especially when the prices are in such a situation where they're hiking. One of the things we're looking at, for example, how the cargo is moving. Is there a circular room type movements in this cargoes where they come in and go out and come right back in? There are all kinds of theories on this. But to be honest, no hard facts, no reason for me to be suspicious of the numbers that they've given. But certainly substantial reason for me to question how did you move from here to here? So for whatever the reasons are, my responsibility is to make sure that I sit down with NMPs, sit down with PPRA, vet those numbers, which is why we installed the latest technology with DPR, vet those numbers to be sure. And if in fact the numbers are right, then begin to ask ourselves, why are we growing at this alarming rate? Something is spiking that sort of consumption. Is it the usual excuse of going through the border? But you can't move 10 million liters a day across the border that easily. You need almost 1,000 trucks.
Well, that's all from Abuja. Let's return to Ijoma in Lagos studios for more on the news at 10.
Thanks a lot, Ibrahim. Traditionally, genes are believed to be responsible for hereditary traits. Now, scientists are studying ways of manipulating them to cure diseases, improve health, and prolong life. These are some of the ideas that came to light in the maiden Dr. Fumi Alakija Foundation lecture in Lagos. The foundation was set up in honor of Dr. Alakija, who died a year ago and was renowned for her passion for medical practice. Our correspondent Mary Alale Yusuf reports.
It's the first lecture of the Dr. Fumi Alakija Foundation. Family and friends are here to lend support a year after the doctor's passing. As expected, the meeting starts with a tribute to the departed one.
A gentle but mighty force to be reckoned with. She wore multiple hats: loving mother, devoted wife, caring daughter, passionate physician, talented artisan.
The lecturer for the day, who speaks on the topic, Understanding the New Age of Genomics, explains how this field is changing the approach to medical practice.
Those chromosomes are made up of DNA, what make up the code that you have inherited that determines who you will become. So it is said that black woman is the only living creature whose DNA has the footprint of every woman on earth. So inside black woman resides every woman around the world.
For this reason, he says, the world is attracted to Africa for specimens to further the study of the essence of man. Therefore, Africans must wake up to the richness of their biological diversity.
So if you have a cancer, we'll take the cancer, we'll unpack the genes of the cancer, we'll look at which genes are switched on and which genes are switched off, and what is driving the cancer. And then we can go into the cell and we can switch the genes around. All those synthetic products are going to be tested in Africa. And if we don't understand it, we are going to be on the losing end.
According to the lecturer, this genetic engineering might also come in useful in restoring the earth to its former unspoiled glory. How to make all this possible in Nigeria is examined by a panel of discussants.
Something has to be done, because without research, without our scientists, I'm not too sure we can get to this level.
The sooner the better, the foundation says, even if in small amounts.
We want to work with research groups, LBS for example, to train managers in the medical field, and who can do some research. It doesn't have to be costly research, but research that helps improve medical services.
Also, we want to impact directly in terms of actually going out into communities and helping with healthcare and helping with treatment and, and educating people about prevention, about living better lives so they can live not just not ill, but actually be well.
According to the experts, one of the things that must change for Nigeria to catch up with the rest of the world in the field of genomics is political thinking and will. And while primary health care is crucial, it isn't all there is to medicine. Mary Alale Yusuf, Channels Television News.